4-year-olds? How ridiculous are we getting? Let's talk about that when we come back. This is Rob Bell, and this is Rob's Rant. Here in Philadelphia, we had a story that occurred the other day where a 4-year-old got shot in the face in her home. A 4-year-old. How ridiculous are we getting with this violence? And then there was speculation when the entire incident happened. You know, the police obviously responded to that scene, conducted an investigation. The gun was found at the house, which left speculation that whoever committed this crime was in the house. It was first thought that maybe the kids were playing with a gun, and then the question became, why was a gun in the house around a whole lot of kids? Then there was some question as to whether one of the siblings shot his sister. And again, you know, how did a child get a hold of a gun, and why was a gun in the house? So, you know, the police continue to conduct their investigation, and I believe this happened on Friday. And then this morning, we get news that the father shot the girl, 4-year-old girl, in the face. Again, there was some speculation that maybe her brother did it, and maybe that's the story that they kind of came up with. But, you know, the father finally came to grips with himself, and I'm sure his conscience was beating his ass to death. And he reported to the 24th Police District here in Philadelphia and turned himself over to the police and admitted that he shot the 4-year-old. Why he did it, you know, again, why was there a gun in the house? Why was he even playing with a gun with kids around? I'm sure, or I'm hoping at least, he didn't do it accidentally. But, you know, this violence thing is just really getting out of hand, and it's starting to really get under my skin. As much as I talk about it, you know, and as much as I try to stay away from it, you know, there's a murder or a shooting in Philadelphia every single day. Multiple shootings sometimes. And it's really getting ridiculous. You know, people are coming on Facebook and asking for people to put the guns down and to, you know, have some peace in our communities. And one brother even came on and said, you know, not one time has he heard any of these presidential candidates come up with a plan as to what they're going to do regarding violence in our neighborhoods. And again, I talk about this all the time, and I say the same thing. You know, they're not talking that language. And then somebody else came on and said, well, it's not a government issue, it's not a presidential issue, it's an issue with us in our community. And to some degree, I agree with that. It is our issue, and we do need to do something about it. But God, we need some help with this. We can't do this one all by ourselves. You know, one of the things that I said in response to that was, you know, go into your pocketbook and create some jobs for people who have a direct contact in these communities to start talking to people about stopping the violence. In the same way that you go door to door and you distribute fire alarms and smoke detectors, you know, create jobs for people where they can go door to door, neighborhood by neighborhood, and start to talk to people and hand out information about how we need to stop this violence. There has to be a grassroots effort on this. It has to be some type of education for people to stop doing this. This is a mindset, you know, in conjunction with the guns being out there. This is a mindset where people just are haphazard and or just don't give a damn. And we got to stop this mindset in our community about violence. You know, when it comes to 4-year-olds getting killed, we are way over the line with this one, and I'm boiling about this. And so, help me come up with some solutions because, I don't know where to go with this one. I try to educate people through my Rob's Rants. I try to let people see how passionate I am about this. I try to get mad about it and let people know that this is a serious issue, but it continues to happen every day. And we have to do something about it because it's getting out of hand. This is Rob Bell, and it says Rob Frank. Tired of this.